Throughout my 20s, I've had many hustles of all kinds, from dog walking to selling cars to tutoring, maths to videography. But one of the biggest ones that made the biggest impact in my life and taught me the most invaluable lessons has been trying to set up my coaching business in my mid 20s. It was a dating and confidence coaching business where I was essentially partnering up with a good friend of mine at the time, and we were basically coaching guys on how to be confident and succeed in dating. Now, this is one of the businesses that I've put a lot of time in trying to scale and grow, and that I was really passionate about at the time. And yet it failed, or so I thought at the time. This video, I'm going to show you the 3 top lessons that I've learned in the process, and which I think sit at the foundation of why most coaching businesses fail. In fact, not even just coaches, but also consultants, experts, course creators, creators in general. And so without further ado, the lesson number 1 is this is a game of belief, not skill sets. This is a game in which you have to actually understand a few core beliefs that are the foundation of whether you're going to succeed or not. In my personal case, I think one of the biggest things was a mindset of somewhat scarcity, if you will, a lack of trust that the market is big enough to scale, to get enough clients, which is funny because I had actually I found a good amount of success really early on. I had clients and they all came organically. At the time, I was actually really consistent posting on YouTube. And that brought us good interest, brought us clients that were paying us good money. But for some reason, there was a limiting belief there that almost felt like an imposter syndrome. Now I understand that basically, looking at it in hindsight, the thought was that this was just a lucky shot, that this wasn't really our merit, and that it was going to basically fizzle out and die out, which honestly never would have happened. It was just a case of a limiting belief, of a complete misunderstanding and misinterpretation of business and how the markets work. There are 7.5 billion people on earth, half of that is men or slightly less. There's just no way in the world that we would have exhausted all of that in less than a year. And so that was definitely a massive setback, because where there's no hope, where there's no vision, ambition just wanes. And that's just to prove that oftentimes in business, it's not an issue of skill sets, but rather of belief, because skills can be easily acquired. But beliefs, that is a tricky, hairy situation. We tend to question most of our beliefs, apart from the ones that we really believe. And then those ones we never question at all. I didn't even think at the time. That's the thing with limiting beliefs. They're invisible to us. We don't even think to question them. They're in our blind spots. And so that's basically the first step. Now, having said that, there's definitely a matter of skill as well. There's a matter of awareness as well. And that takes it to my next point, which is I did not research the competition and the market well enough. The one thing that I say about marketing in general, about building businesses, is that a great deal of it is actually public. You can always find the competition's sort of marketing strategies just by studying their ads, studying their content, their formulas on social media, in publications and whatnot. So you can even get a feel for how big and how quickly a company is growing by looking at how fast and what kind of roles they're hiring for. So there's all kinds of business and sort of coaching insights there that can really help you and infuse you with that vision and hope that you need to carry a business forward as the leader of it, as the CEO of it. Now, this is definitely something that I didn't do enough of. I didn't consider that if there are other businesses out there succeeding and thriving, then we're in the same arena. Who's to say that I can't be doing the exact same things? And it's funny, it's really funny, because this is actually the thing that really motivated me at the beginning, and I'm sharing this with you now just in case you haven't really started yet, but you know you want to be coaching, you know you want to share your expertise in a certain domain, in a certain area. Just look at the competition. Just try and do a bit of research. Do a Google search, do a YouTube search, and see if anyone else is doing it, if anyone else is talking about it. And if they are, and if they're getting views, if they're getting traction with it, they're making money, if that's profitable, then that's demonstrating to you that there is a demand for that thing. Now, obviously, because there's supply there, there's a product market fit. You can come in and do it better. They may have the first mover advantage. You will have the second mover advantage. You're going to be able to see where they don't excel, where they're being sucky, where the comments and the people are dissatisfied, or maybe you just feel they can do things better, or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a case of you being you, which is enough. I've said that before. It's about being a sort of unique entity. You decommoditize yourself by virtue of being yourself. You're going to attract other people. You're not the same as anyone who's out there. So never think that saturation is a problem, because again, that's a matter of belief, not of skill set. And then finally, the biggest lesson to review now after years since then, something that I've acquired in the last many years of working with many other coaches and course creators and experts and creators, is that actually it's never over until it's over. The game never ends. This was something that I was really passionate about then. It's something that I'm still passionate about now, understanding models of reality and relaying them to other people, coaching and consulting other people. I did it in many forms and shapes over my life, from my early days as a tutor when I was teaching maths to all kinds of sort of life coaching that I did. And so the sort of beauty of it is that this thing is something that I'm always coming back to and reviewing, almost kind of like a spiral. The thing is at the center and I'm just going around it. And my new insights and development shows me new things every time I look at it and review it through these new sort of things that I've acquired. So never give up on whatever your first passion or interest or desire was, because as you go through life, you acquire and learn new lessons, and that's going to enable you to go back and see things through a completely different lens. You're going to be more resourceful, you're going to be more creative, more abundant in your mindset, more calm, more focused, all of the things that you need to thrive, because it's challenging. It's tough to envision something in your mind and to try to bring it into reality. This is where the rubber hits the road. This is where you see how accurate your imagination is. We are wonderful at creating mental models of the reality, but as they say, the map is not the territory. And so in trying and in testing is how we make progress. So really, the title is a bit misleading, because I actually don't see this as a failure at all. I just see it as one of the biggest and most pivotal experiences of my mid-20s, which has sort of set me on the path of discovery. It's given me a career, it's given me a focus, a purpose. Nothing but good things came out of it. And because of that, I am now marketing for all kinds of coaches and online businesses and understand the entire business model behind it. It's super beneficial, super exciting, and I'm bringing this back to YouTube so that many other people who want to build businesses of one, businesses as creators, as coaches with their expertise, or if they want to provide a service, they can do it within their parameters and not needing to get a job or to settle for something less than what they want, where their calling is. So I hope this has been insightful. This has taken me years to learn, to sort of acquire, and I am really happy to be able to share this with you now. Let me know if this is helpful at all. And any questions you have in this entire space, just shout out and I'll be happy to assist. Until then, just believe in yourself. It's not cheesy, just believe in yourself. Trust me, believe in yourself. And until next time.